I booked a staycation and I thought I was going to feel so magnetic. And instead, my shadow side appeared. I decided to actually experience joy without waiting, and I booked myself a hotel for the whole weekend, and it's got a spa, and I've been indulging in that self-care and luxury, and this is what I have always wanted. I have always wanted to be able to have the ability to really treat myself, and I'm here and I have that ability and I'm doing it, and it feels weird. Weird is the only word that I can say. It just feels, I feel uncomfortable, like I shouldn't be here. And that is all my shadow side. It's telling me that I don't deserve to be here. I'm not worthy of experiencing this type of luxury. I'm not worthy of experiencing this type of self care. And I really wasn't expecting these feelings to prop up. I'm Katerina and I am a shadow guide. I help you, I guide you into your own underworld to understand yourself on such a deep level, to know your core wounds using astrology, and to ultimately walk with them instead of them like pulling you in a different direction, so you can go from ego led to soul led. I've got my wine, I've just had sushi. I've been watching Love is Blind UK, which honestly is mind blowing. Comment below if you have gotten into the second series of Love is Blind UK. I thought the UK one wouldn't be able to handle, like, because like British culture, we're not very lovey dovey, that I didn't think it would translate as well as the Love is Blind US one. But I actually think it's done pretty well, and they're on the second season. But oh my goodness, the people people are really reacting from a place of trauma. They're like literally choosing a life partner from such a triggered space, but it makes me so sad to see. I'm watching it and it's like, just feel so sad for the people who are like basically letting their past trauma dictate who they choose. Life, at the end of the day, we all have chosen partners in the past from a unhealed version of ourselves, but watching it on TV in this level, especially one of the girls, like it really makes me feel a bit sad that she had to go through that. So I also want to quickly say that it is eclipse season right now. This video would have gone up just after the full moon, the lunar eclipse in Pisces. How did you all cope? Are you okay? I am preempting eclipse season, and I have recorded my videos that are coming out in eclipse season before. So it is the end of August right now, and I am not creating, I'm completely turning off in eclipse season. I did this earlier this year. Last year I didn't, and it was extremely chaotic for me for a multiple of reasons, but I was still expecting to kind of work and really lean into that during that eclipse season, and I had 2 weeks where I genuinely couldn't. My heart was broken, and I've just learned from that experience to, like, you know, eclipse season is basically all the other new moons, full moons, like working with the moon, working with the universe. You can manifest, you can release, you have some sort of like collaboration on that point. But when it's an eclipse season, which is the solar eclipse and lunar eclipse that happens in 1 month normally. Like earlier this year was March. You don't, it is what the universe wants for you. So things like sudden job shifts can happen, sudden relationship shifts can happen. You don't have as much control when it comes to eclipse season. And I have known from my past that when I didn't prepare, I wasn't consistent in my workspace and I wasn't able to really keep on top of that. And it's something that I really enjoy, and like YouTube is something that I really enjoy and I want to stay consistent with it. So I'm like, okay, I know eclipse season is sometimes a bit of a unreliable time to like know, like, okay, every week or these 2 days on this week I can record. So if I record before, then I just know. And if I feel like I want to say something in eclipse season, I will 100% record and you'll just get another video from that. But in terms of the consistent showing up, I want to be really clear and level-headed in my communication, saying the person who's just got triggered today that eclipse season is always a time for me to go inward. I literally took March off and I journaled. I did a lot of shadow work. I did a lot of releasing in that month, and I plan to do the same during September. So I just wanted to mention the eclipse season because we are in the middle of it right now when this video will go live. And yeah, I hope everyone is okay. I make eclipse season sound so scary. I think it's not. It's really beautiful. The universe just wants the best for you and it's going to push you in the right direction. Eclipse season is just a time to really go inward and to listen to your intuition, take notes on what is like popping up for you. I find myself not falling to creation in that time. I am really trying to release all the old stories and old narratives that I've held. And obviously it's in Virgo season, so it is, you know, Virgo, Pisces, the North Node and South Node are transiting those at the moment. So I feel like it's coming to fruition. Whatever the universe wants for all of us is coming to like a point where it's like it's now, like now we shift, we change our identity, we stop holding on to narratives or people or things or jobs, and now's the shift. And I feel that already, and I am just curious to see what will happen after the eclipse season, especially knowing that like the new moon was at 0 degrees Virgo new moon and then it ends at 29 degrees Virgo. I'm like, oh, there is a cycle there is an ending of some sort, and I'm just excited to see what that is. I felt just really cool to speak about this because obviously I'm here for the weekend. This week the transits really aligned for me to be speaking right now and recording, and I thought, oh okay, let's do it in the hotel, that's perfect. And I just got really down and I was like, I don't want to record. I like don't want to record at all. So I didn't for a while. And then now it's like really late. It's like past my bedtime. And I just felt this urge to speak about all the kind of pain and triggers that were happening to me today. The main thing that propped up for me was I went down to the spa area and I was sitting there lounging on the bed thing by the pool, and I was just looking around at these people and I suddenly shrunk. Like I got so self-conscious and I thought, will people think I'm a fraud? people don't like, oh God, I'm not a business owner. I just went into this whole thing of like, I'm not good enough, and I felt like a fraud in that moment. And I think partly was because the women and the men there, I could tell that they were entrepreneurs, and I'm an entrepreneur, but saying that is it's a lot of self-doubt there, because I don't think I'm still an entrepreneur. I'm like, oh, I just have a business, like, oh, I just help women like align or whatever, but like I don't actually think like I'm an entrepreneur. I have a business, and it's a really good business. Like, my mind still struggles with that concept of being really confident within myself to speak that out loud. Some moments I feel really great, and then some moments I'm like, oh, no one believes you. And that's self-doubt at the end of the day. That's lacking in self-worth, but it is a relationship with self-worth. It's not one day you wake up and you always feel great in yourself, or you always never doubt yourself. You will It will ebb and flow always. There are people who have said in podcasts who are literal CEOs of companies, and they say they really struggle with self-doubt sometimes. So I know that it's really normal to think these things, but it still makes me feel uncomfortable to feel worthy of that luxury. So I thought, what better time to speak about this than when I'm actually like going through it, rather than saying this is what I've learned from this, which I really love those videos, and I think and I hope they help. But I'm living through something right now, which is, this is the first time I have paid for something that is luxury. Luxurious to me, self-care. And it's so funny because it's what I've always wanted. I've wanted to be able to go to the staycations, the solo dates, the solo destination holidays. Like, I've always wanted that. And I'm like, oh, I cannot wait till I get to that point. And I'm at that point right now. That's the video that I was talking about when I was talking about rest and feminine abundance within rest. And, joy is part of that. I am worthy of experiencing joy. I do not have to earn joy. I do not have to earn rest. You do not have to earn joy or rest. You are worthy of that right now. You don't have to prove to yourself that you are worthy of that. You already are. So when I sat there and I felt all those feelings, my immediate response was to escape. Oh, let's go out tonight. But I'd always planned, like the first night, I'd always planned to get some sushi, have some wine, and just chill in the hotel room and just have a little self-care evening after spending like the majority of the day down in the spa. And I was in there and I just thought, oh, we'll go out tonight. And I was just thinking, why am I doing that? Why am I immediately trying to go out? And it's because I don't think that what I did today is validation enough. I need external validation. So it's like, I validated myself in joy and rest today. And that is really new to me, especially with joy. That's really new to me. And I got scared, and I went to an old narrative, which was like escape, because you're not used to giving yourself validation. You're used to other people giving you validation. And this is the Leo wound, and this is what I spoke to you guys about when I was on the Lines Portal sale video. Like, I was talking about the shadow of Leo, and I am a Leo moon. My south node is also in Leo. It is really common for me to rely on others before I put myself first. It's really common for me to like use external validation as a compass to where I go rather than validating myself. So, of course, that new thing that you do feels really foreign to you. That new thing that you do feels uncomfortable because you are not used to that. But the more you get used to it, the more it's easier for you and it doesn't feel uncomfortable anymore. Self doubt will always get in the way of things when it comes to, especially when you own your own business. And I actually was speaking to someone the other day about it, and they were talking about, your love language and the way you are in your relationships. And I said, I actually feel like I'm worse in my business than I am in relationships because I feel like I can do it all alone. I don't need anyone. That's not good. But like, I feel like I'm scared to ask in case someone says no. And that props up in my relationships. But in my business, it's like way more intense. And then it's like confidence in my business, saying that I am a business owner, saying that I really do genuinely help women go from ego led to soul led. I'm still in the healing phases of being really confident in saying that. And I'm just being really truthful with you. Like, I'm not here to say I'm the best version of myself or I am someone who doesn't have these ego triggers, or someone who doesn't like still have struggles with their core wounds. Like, they'll be there. I do doubt myself a lot, and it mirrors back to relationships. It's all the same thing, whether it's money, relationships, business, friendships, work. Like, everything comes back to these core wounds, and that's what we work on in astrology, are the core wounds and how they can like infiltrate every part of your life, every area of your life. But I feel it needing to be worked on more when it comes to my business at the moment. And today was just almost like a notification on my phone from the universe to be like, hey, this is something you really need to work on because you deserve to be here. You deserve to experience joy. You're not less than anyone else and they're not above you. Like, you are all here for a reason and you're all experiencing this time here for a reason, and you deserve to be here. I want to say the difference between my old self and like who I am now is in terms of like my healing and what I'm doing, because like I said, I'm being really real with you. I'm here in the midst of it, and I'm not waiting to be perfect online. I'm not waiting to be at a certain point before I teach or before I help. And I'm just here, and it will relate to you if it needs to. And I'm not worrying about being perfect anymore, which was always a thing with me, especially when it came to being online. I felt like I had to look and be in a perfect way before I actually show up. And now I'm showing up in like the depths of the healing parts in some aspects of my life. And I'm like, hey, like, here I am. Like, this is me at the end of the day. This is the headspace that I have. But the difference is I was constantly escaping. My past self was just escaping all the time. And now I feel that need to escape. I feel that pressure to change and be different than what I am, or prove myself before I can book holidays like this again. I see all that, and instead of trying to escape it, I sit with it. And I'm here in the hotel room, and it's been uncomfortable for a bit. I've cried, I've journaled, I've shadow worked. Like, I have sat in that uncomfortability rather than going out and escaping it. And I think that's my message here, is you may be going through the exact same thing as me. You may be going through something totally different. You've got to notice your patterns when you come through these triggers, and when things like this happen. What are the um, what are the common patterns that you have? Is it that you avoid, you go out, you do something else? Is it that you're constantly like creating a plan on Notions but never actually solidifying that plan, never actually taking action? There are so many other aspects that could happen, but you've got to like realize that pattern. And honestly, that is through shadow work, but you've got to realize that pattern, and then you've got to then in the moment when you do get triggered again, or when something comes up and you weren't expecting it, you know, okay, that's my old self talking, that's comfortable in escapism, that's not me. And I choose growth and I choose healing. And that's what this whole thing is about. It's not about being perfect, it's not about being your most healed self. It's about you choosing soul over ego. My ego wants to go out and be noticed and just have a good time. My soul wants to stay in, speak my words tonight, have wine, and just watch some TV and have a bit of sushi. That is what my soul wanted. But I could have easily gone for ego, but I didn't. And that is the path of alignment. It's not this perfect day that you wake up and everything's like, the way that you've always dreamt it to be. It's about you actively choosing what's better for you in your future self, and not what's better of your past self, what's comfortable, what's your familiar self. And that's something that obviously has come up today for me, and I just felt really cool to say it. So I hope it sits with you. I hope has really helped them in some way. Anyway, that's it. And I could yap on for ages, and I kind of want to continue talking, but I think that is the wine. So I'm going to wrap up and probably go to bed soon. My eyes are closing right now, so probably is a good idea. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.